The day began like any other on the set of Today with Jenna Friends, with laughter, casual conversations, and the usual light-hearted banter. However, what was supposed to be a fun segment soon took an unexpected turn. Kelly Clarkson, one of the most beloved stars in the music industry, found herself in the middle of a heated confrontation. The tension in the room was palpable, and before anyone could fully process what was happening, Clarkson walked off set in dramatic fashion. The conflict started innocently enough when Jenna Bush Hager, one of the show's hosts, asked Kelly a seemingly harmless question about her upcoming album. What was supposed to be a friendly exchange quickly escalated when the topic shifted to Kelly's personal life. Jenna's question seemed to touch a nerve, and Kelly's reaction was immediate. The atmosphere, once relaxed and casual, suddenly became thick with tension as both women locked eyes. The question Jenna asked was one many viewers were curious about: Kelly's recent split from her ex-husband. However, the way it was phrased didn't sit well with Clarkson. She had been very private about her personal life and had previously expressed discomfort about discussing her relationship in public. Kelly, known for her no-nonsense attitude, didn't mince words when she responded, and it was clear from her tone that she wasn't happy with the direction of the conversation. Jenna, perhaps unaware of the growing tension, continued to press, perhaps in the spirit of engaging her guest in a more candid conversation. She followed up with another personal question, this time about Kelly's relationship with her children. That was the tipping point for Clarkson. The look on her face changed from frustration to anger, and without saying much, she stood up, making it clear that she was done with the conversation and the interview. As Kelly Clarkson stood up, the atmosphere on set turned from awkward to downright uncomfortable. The crew fell silent as the cameras continued to roll, capturing the moment for all to see. Clarkson's decision to leave mid-interview was shocking, and Jenna, visibly taken aback, tried to salvage the situation. However, the tension in the air was thick, and the moment of silence that followed spoke volumes about the gravity of the situation. Kelly Clarkson's walk-off stunned not only the studio audience but also her fans watching at home. Many viewers took to social media to express their shock and disbelief, with some supporting Kelly's decision to walk away, while others expressed disappointment. The incident quickly became the talk of the internet, with everyone speculating about what exactly happened behind the scenes to cause such a dramatic exit. The fallout from the walk-off continued to unfold as both Kelly Clarkson and Jenna Bush Hager issued statements. Kelly, through her publicist, made it clear that she had been uncomfortable with the personal nature of the questions. She also stated that she had tried to maintain a professional demeanor, but ultimately felt that her boundaries had been crossed. It was a rare moment of vulnerability from an artist known for her strength and resilience. On the other hand, Jenna Bush Hager took to social media to express her regret over the incident. She apologized to Kelly for making her feel uncomfortable and emphasized that it had never been her intention to upset her guest. Jenna's statement acknowledged that the interview had taken an unexpected turn and that she, too, was taken aback by Kelly's decision to leave. The situation had clearly left both women feeling unsettled. As the story gained traction, fans of both women weighed in. Many of Kelly's supporters praised her for standing up for herself and setting boundaries, while others sympathized with Jenna, who appeared to be caught off guard by the situation. It was a moment of raw emotion for both women, and the public response reflected the complexity of the situation. Some felt it was a misunderstanding, while others saw it as a clear example of the pressures celebrities face in the spotlight. In the aftermath of the walk-off, speculation continued to swirl about what led to such an intense moment. Some insiders suggested that there had been tensions between Kelly and the show's producers leading up to the interview, although these claims have not been confirmed. Others pointed to the fact that Kelly has been increasingly vocal about her discomfort with the media's intrusion into her personal life, which may have contributed to her reaction on set. Despite the controversy, Kelly Clarkson's career remained unaffected by the incident. Fans rallied around her, and she continued to promote her upcoming album. However, The walk-off had brought new attention to the challenges that celebrities face when it comes to balancing their public personas with their private lives. Kelly's decision to leave the interview served as a reminder that even the most beloved stars have their limits. The event also sparked a broader conversation about the role of the media in shaping public perceptions of celebrities. Many viewers questioned whether it was appropriate for a host to press their guest on personal matters, especially when the guest had made it clear they were uncomfortable discussing certain topics. The incident highlighted the fine line between journalistic curiosity and respecting an individual's boundaries. In the days following the walk-off, several media outlets weighed in on the situation. Some argued that the interview had crossed a line, while others defended Jenna's actions, suggesting that it was simply a miscommunication. Regardless of where one stood, it was clear that the incident had exposed the complexities of celebrity interviews and the challenges that come with being in the public eye. Behind the scenes, the Today with Jenna Friends team worked quickly to address the fallout. Producers reached out to Kelly Clarkson's team to apologize for the incident, and they also reassured the public that steps would be taken to avoid similar situations in the future. While the incident was certainly unfortunate, it served as a valuable learning experience for everyone involved. In the months that followed, both Kelly and Jenna appeared on different shows, but the walk-off remained a topic of conversation. For Kelly, the incident seemed to only enhance her image as someone who was unafraid to stand up for herself and protect her boundaries. For Jenna, it was a moment of growth, as she reflected on how she could improve her approach to interviewing guests in the future. As time went on, the incident slowly faded from the public eye, but it left a lasting impact on the way celebrity interviews were conducted. More hosts began to be mindful of the personal boundaries of their guests, and there was a shift toward more respectful and sensitive approaches to interviewing. The Kelly Clarkson walk-off served as a powerful reminder that, no matter how famous someone is, they deserve to have their privacy respected. Kelly Clarkson, always one to use her platform for good, continued to advocate for mental health and personal boundaries. Her walk-off moment became a symbol of self-respect and the importance of setting limits, even in the face of public scrutiny. Fans appreciated her for being authentic and standing up for herself, and it further cemented her status as an empowered and influential figure in the entertainment industry. Over the years, Kelly Clarkson has been open about the difficulties of navigating her personal life in the public eye. From her divorce to the constant media attention, she has faced her fair share of challenges. Yet, through it all, she has maintained a strong sense of who she is and what she stands for. The walk-off was just one example of her refusing to let others dictate her narrative. As for Jenna Bush Hager, the experience also served as a lesson in humility and growth. Known for her down-to-earth personality and charm, Jenna learned firsthand how important it is to be attuned to the emotional state of her guests. She has since become more mindful of her approach to interviews, ensuring that she respects the boundaries of those she speaks with. The walk-off also sparked a broader cultural conversation about the pressures faced by women in the entertainment industry. Kelly Clarkson, a trailblazer in her own right, has often spoken out about the double standards women face, especially when it comes to personal matters. Her decision to walk off the set was seen by many as a bold move that challenged the traditional power dynamics in celebrity interviews. In the wake of the incident, Kelly Clarkson's fan base grew even more supportive, with many applauding her for staying true to herself. Her fans admired her for not letting anyone push her into a conversation she wasn't comfortable having. This incident further solidified her reputation as a strong, independent woman who wasn't afraid to protect her peace. The incident also led to a broader discussion about the ethics of celebrity interviews. Many fans and critics alike began to question whether certain topics should be off-limits in interviews. While the public's curiosity about celebrities' private lives is natural, the walk-off served as a reminder that boundaries must always be respected in order to maintain a healthy, respectful dialogue. The walk-off moment also had a lasting impact on the Today with Jenna Friends show. In the aftermath, the production team reevaluated their approach to celebrity interviews, making adjustments to ensure that their guests felt more comfortable. While the incident had been uncomfortable in the moment, it ultimately led to a positive change in how the show approached future interviews. In interviews after the walk-off, Kelly Clarkson made it clear that she had no ill will toward Jenna Bush Hager or The Today Show. She acknowledged that things had gotten heated, but she also expressed a desire to move forward and continue promoting her music. Kelly's focus remained on her career and her personal growth, and she used the incident as a stepping stone to further empower herself. As the months passed, the walk-off incident became a distant memory for most people, but it remained a defining moment in Kelly Clarkson's career. It was a moment that showcased her strength, her commitment to her own well-being, and her willingness to stand up for herself in the face of pressure. Fans continued to support her, and the incident only added to her legacy as one of the most authentic and empowered women in the entertainment industry. Jenna, too, continued to thrive in her career. She has become known for her interviews that balance warmth, humor, and sensitivity. The walk-off incident served as a pivotal moment in her development as a host, and she has since worked to ensure that her future interviews are guided by empathy and respect. It was a learning experience that helped her grow both personally and professionally. Looking back on the incident, many fans saw it as a turning point in the relationships between celebrities and the media. It highlighted the need for greater awareness of boundaries, particularly when it comes to discussing sensitive topics. While the walk-off was uncomfortable for all involved, it ultimately contributed to a more respectful and considerate approach to celebrity interviews. The Kelly Clarkson walk-off is a reminder that even celebrities, who often seem larger than life, are entitled to their privacy and comfort. It serves as a powerful message to the public. Celebrities are human beings with their own emotional limits, and respecting those limits is crucial to maintaining a healthy relationships between the media and its subjects. In the years since the walk-off, Kelly Clarkson's career has continued to soar. She remains a beloved figure in the entertainment industry, known for her authenticity, talent, and unwavering strength. The walk-off incident, while initially shocking, ultimately became a defining moment in her journey, a testament to her commitment to self-respect and the power of setting boundaries. As for Jenna Bush Hager, she has grown from the experience, using it as an opportunity to reflect on her own approach to celebrity interviews. The walk-off was a moment of humility for everyone involved, but it also marked the beginning of a new era in how celebrity interviews are conducted. It was a reminder that even in the world of entertainment, respect and empathy should always come first. In the aftermath of the incident, both Kelly Clarkson and Jenna Bush Hager continued to receive support from their fans and colleagues. The walk-off became a part of both women's legacies, and over time, it transformed into a powerful example of self-respect and personal boundaries in the celebrity world. As they both moved forward, they used the lessons learned from that day to guide their respective careers and personal lives. Kelly Clarkson's fans, who had always admired her for her raw honesty, rallied behind her even more after the walk-off. Her authenticity has been one of her defining traits throughout her career, and the incident only reinforced her commitment to being true to herself. For many fans, seeing Kelly walk off that set was a moment of empowerment, a reminder that it's okay to say no and to protect one's emotional well-being. For Jenna Bush Hager, the walk-off wasn't just a moment of growth up, it was a turning point in how she approached her role as a talk show host. The incident led to a shift in her interviewing style, making her more aware of the personal boundaries of her guests. She realized that it wasn't enough to just ask the questions that the audience wanted to hear. It was just as important to be considerate of the person on the other side of the interview. As a result, Jenna's interviews became more focused on building a connection with her guests, rather than trying to push the envelope for the sake of sensationalism. This change was evident in her future interviews, which garnered praise for being thoughtful, respectful, and, most importantly, empathetic. The incident with Kelly Clarkson had taught Jenna a valuable lesson in how to be a better listener, both on and off camera. The walk-off also sparked a broader conversation about the expectations placed on celebrities to constantly share details about their personal lives. Kelly Clarkson had always been open with her fans, but the interview on Today with Jenna Friends was an example of where her boundaries had to be respected. In the modern age of social media and 24/7 media coverage, celebrities often face pressure to share more than they're comfortable with. This reality is something Kelly Clarkson has frequently spoken about in interviews. She's candid about the difficulties of navigating her personal life in the public eye, and the walk-off moment served as a reflection of her need to reclaim control over the narrative. She has consistently emphasized the importance of having boundaries and not allowing others to dictate how she should share her story. On a broader scale, the incident sparked a conversation about the ethics of celebrity interviews. In the age of social media, journalists and talk show hosts are now more aware of the impact their questions can have on their guests, especially when it comes to sensitive topics. The walk-off forced the industry to examine the fine line between curiosity and respect, and many began to adopt a more cautious approach to personal interviews. Despite the controversy, Kelly Clarkson's career only seemed to benefit from the incident. Her next album, which was released shortly after the Today Show appearance, became a commercial success, receiving critical acclaim and widespread praise. Many fans saw the walk-off as a moment where Kelly reclaimed her power, and it only deepened their admiration for her as an artist and a public figure. The success of Kelly's album was a testament to her resilience. Despite the media frenzy surrounding the walk-off, she continued to focus on what mattered most to her music. It became clear that Kelly had turned the incident into fuel for her artistic expression, channeling the emotions of that moment into her songwriting. Fans and critics alike admired her ability to transform a negative situation into something positive. The incident also had lasting effects on the Today with Jenna Friends show. After the walk-off, the producers and team made changes to the way they approached their interviews. They brought in consultants to help guide the hosts on how to better handle sensitive topics and how to engage with guests in a way that respects their boundaries. It was a sign that the show had learned from the experience and was committed to improving. In interviews following the incident, both Kelly and Jenna expressed a desire to move forward from the situation. For Kelly, the walk-off was a moment of personal growth, a reaffirmation that she had the power to control her own narrative. For Jenna, it was a lesson in humility and empathy, reminding her that celebrity interviews aren't just about getting a great story, they're about building trust and respect with guests. Over time, the walk-off incident became less of a source of controversy and more of a defining moment for both Kelly and Jenna. For Kelly, it was a reminder that even in the world of entertainment, it's okay to stand up for yourself and your boundaries. For Jenna, it was a turning point in her career, marking the moment when she became more attuned to the emotional needs of her guests. The walk-off also opened the door for other celebrities to discuss their own experiences with media intrusion and the pressure to constantly share personal details. Many celebrities, including some of Kelly's peers, voiced their support for her actions, stating that it was important for public figures to set boundaries and protect their mental health. The incident sparked a much-needed conversation about the balance between being a public figure and maintaining personal privacy. One of the key takeaways from the walk-off incident was the importance of emotional intelligence in interviews. As hosts and journalists, it's crucial to be aware of the emotional state of your guests and to know when to push and when to back off. The situation with Kelly Clarkson highlighted the need for hosts to be in tune with the comfort levels of their guests, ensuring that conversations are respectful and thoughtful. Kelly Clarkson's walk-off moment also served as a reminder that, no matter how famous or accomplished someone is, they are still human. Celebrities often face enormous pressure to perform and maintain a perfect image, but moments like this show that they have the same emotional needs and vulnerabilities as anyone else. Kelly's decision to walk off was an act of self-care, and it resonated deeply with many fans who appreciated her authenticity. The walk-off incident may have been a brief moment in time, but its impact lasted far longer. It set a precedent for how celebrity interviews should be conducted in the future, encouraging hosts to approach their guests with more sensitivity and care. It was a turning point in the entertainment industry, forcing a reevaluation of what it means to have a respectful and healthy dialogue between celebrities and the media. As for Kelly Clarkson, she continued to prove that her authenticity was her greatest strength. She remained a fan favorite, known for her powerful voice and her unwavering commitment to being true to herself. The walk-off became a part of her story, but it was just one chapter in a long and successful career. Her ability to rise above the drama and continue to thrive was a testament to her resilience and inner strength. For Jenna Bush Hager, the walk-off was a humbling experience that ultimately made her a better interviewer. It was a wake-up call that reminded her of the importance of empathy and respect in every conversation. Moving forward, she was determined to ensure that her guests felt comfortable, heard, and respected, no matter what personal challenges they may be facing. Over time, both Kelly Clarkson and Jenna Bush Hager turned the walk-off incident into a learning experience that helped them grow in their respective careers. For Kelly, it was an opportunity to assert her boundaries and stand up for herself, while for Jenna, it was a chance to refine her approach to interviews and ensure that future conversations were conducted with greater sensitivity. Looking back, the walk-off became a powerful moment in both Kelly and Jenna's careers, reminding the public and the entertainment industry that respect, boundaries, and emotional well-being should always come first. The incident ultimately contributed to a more respectful and compassionate approach to celebrity interviews, ensuring that future generations of hosts and guests could navigate their relationships with greater empathy and understanding. Kelly Clarkson's ability to remain true to herself in the face of public scrutiny is something that continues to inspire her fans. The walk-off may have been an unexpected moment, but it became a symbol of her strength and resiliency, a reminder that she is, above all else, in control of her own story. Fans continue to look up to Kelly not only for her musical talent but also for her ability to stand firm in her convictions. The walk-off also sparked a cultural shift in how the media approached celebrity interviews. It was a wake-up call for hosts, journalists, and producers that their guests were not just subjects to be mined for content. They were people with emotions, boundaries, and personal lives that deserved respect. The incident helped to redefine the way the media interacts with celebrities, making it clear that mutual respect was essential for healthy, productive conversations. Kelly Clarkson's decision to walk off the Today Show wasn't just about one interview. It was a broader statement about the importance of emotional boundaries in a world that often pushes people to share more than they're comfortable with. It was an empowering moment for her and her fans, a reminder that even in the spotlight, it's okay to say no when something doesn't feel right. As for Jenna Bush Hager, she emerged from the incident as a more thoughtful and compassionate host. Her interview style evolved, becoming more focused on building rapport and understanding with her guests. She learned from the experience and has continued to grow as a professional, using the lessons learned from that day to improve her future interviews and ensure that they were always conducted with respect and care. The incident will forever be a part of both Kelly Clarkson's and Jenna Bush Hager's stories, but it also served as a catalyst for change in the entertainment industry. It sparked important conversations about boundaries, respect, and the need for empathy in celebrity interviews. The walk-off, though controversial at the time, ultimately led to a more mindful approach to media interactions, benefiting both celebrities and their audiences alike. As the months went by, the fallout from the walk-off continued to be a subject of discussion in the entertainment industry. Many people, including media professionals and fans, began to realize that Kelly Clarkson's walk-off was a defining moment in how celebrity interviews would be handled in the future. The incident shone a light on the evolving dynamic between the media and the stars they cover, and the need for greater sensitivity was becoming more apparent. While the walk-off initially generated a lot of buzz, it also gave Kelly Clarkson a platform to continue advocating for personal boundaries and mental health. She began to use her experience as a catalyst to speak more openly about the pressures of living under public microscope. In interviews, Kelly started to speak more passionately about the importance of setting limits and taking care of one's mental well-being, and many fans rallied behind her message. Kelly Clarkson's openness about her own struggles with personal boundaries and media scrutiny gave her a new level of respect within the industry. For the first time, fans saw their favorite pop star in a different light, and not just as an award-winning artist but as someone who was fiercely protective of her emotional health. She became an advocate for other public figures to reclaim control over their narratives and refuse to allow others to invade their privacy. The incident also put a spotlight on the sometimes overwhelming nature of being constantly in the public eye. Celebrities like Kelly Clarkson have been open about how the constant media attention can become a strain on personal relationships, mental health, and overall well-being. The Today Show walk-off served as a powerful reminder that celebrities, like anyone else, have a right to say enough is enough and walk away from situations that make them uncomfortable. As the discussion about boundaries in the media intensified, many public figures started to follow Kelly Clarkson's lead and speak up about their own struggles with privacy. Influential voices from the entertainment industry, including other musicians, actors, and even social media influencers, began to advocate for greater respect from the media and the public when it came to handling sensitive topics. Public reactions to the walk-off were varied, with some defending Kelly's decision as an act of empowerment, while others criticized her for walking off a live interview. However, as time went on, the support for Kelly grew, especially from her loyal fan base. For many fans, Kelly's actions symbolized a powerful stand against the invasive nature of media and the toxic celebrity culture that often demands personal details be shared without consideration. The walk-off incident also had an interesting ripple effect across other areas of celebrity interviews. Talk show hosts, news anchors, and interviewers began to reassess their strategies for engaging with famous personalities. There was a growing realization that respectful, ethical interviews could be just as engaging and much more appreciated by both the guests and the viewers. As a result, many hosts started to soften their approach, opting for more thoughtful, considerate conversations with their guests. As for the Today with Jenna Friends show, the aftermath of Kelly's walk-off prompted the team to take a closer look at their content. They realized that, although they were doing their job of asking tough questions, they had a responsibility to ensure the mental and emotional safety of their guests. The show's producers met with staff members to discuss ways they could improve the interview process and create a more respectful environment for their guests. Jenna Bush Hager, reflecting on the walk-off, admitted that the incident had made her more self-aware as an interviewer. In a public statement, she said she had learned from the experience and was committed to being more attuned to the emotional needs of her guests moving forward. She expressed regret for making Kelly feel uncomfortable and stated that she would take greater care in asking personal questions in the future. This change in approach was evident in future interviews with other celebrities. Jenna made it a point to build a rapport with her guests before delving into more sensitive topics, and the tone of her show gradually became more relaxed and conversational. Fans and critics alike took note of the shift, and Jenna's growth as an interviewer was widely praised. In the larger cultural context, Kelly Clarkson's walk-off contributed to a growing conversation about the ethical responsibility of the media. More and more people began to question whether it was appropriate for celebrities to be expected to constantly share details of their private lives. The idea that celebrities, just like anyone else, should be allowed to say no when asked personal questions gained more traction, particularly after the incident with Kelly. Kelly's ability to stand up for herself also became a symbol of empowerment for many women in the entertainment industry. The walk-off demonstrated that a woman could be both strong and vulnerable, assertive yet kind, and still command respect. Kelly's fans admired her for showing that it's okay to walk away from situations that don't align with your values, and her walk-off resonated with people far beyond the entertainment world. The conversation about privacy and boundaries wasn't just limited to the world of celebrity. It sparked broader discussions on social media about how individuals in all walks of life deal with invasive questions, oversharing, and the pressure to be constantly on. The walk-off empowered everyday people to stand up for their own privacy and express their discomfort when personal boundaries are crossed. As for the show, the Today with Jenna Friends team took steps to ensure that no such situation would happen again. They introduced new protocols for interviews, including clear guidelines about respecting guest boundaries. These guidelines were shared with all future guests and interviewers, with the focus on making sure that all involved in the show felt comfortable and respected during the interviews. The incident with Kelly Clarkson and Jenna Bush Hager also underscored the emotional labor that goes into conducting interviews with high-profile personalities. While talk show hosts are often tasked with getting the scoop or the exclusive, there is an underlying responsibility to safeguard the emotional well-being of their guests. The walk-off reminded the industry that empathy should be at the forefront of any professional interview,